Good morning and welcome to Morning Markets. Today we're going to be focusing on US banks and their latest earnings results and what the market reaction was. On Friday, the banking sector kicked off earnings season in the US. The market pays a lot of attention on company results as they look to see whether fundamentals are reflected by fairly reflect the share prices. In terms of the major banks that reported on Friday, it was JP Morgan, Wells Fargo and Citibank, some of the largest banks in the US in terms of asset size. What we saw was JP Morgan announced profits higher than expected, growing 35% year on year, and revenues as well as higher than analyst expectations. They continue to benefit from higher interest rates and lower than normal losses on the loans that they issue. In terms of the numbers, in terms of earnings, they were up 13.2 billion versus the 11.9 billion expected. Why are the banks really benefiting? Well, because interest rates are going up, they can charge higher interest rates on their loans that they issue, such as mortgages or business loans. They also put up interest rates on their on customers' deposits, but they're not putting them up to the same extent. So that's allowing them to generate greater profits. They're also making greater profits because the losses that they're making on the loans is less than they initially expected. So they put aside provisions for losses on loans, and they've actually been able to reduce those provisions and therefore boost profitability. When we look at Wells Fargo and Citibank, they too are benefiting from this dynamic where they're seeing earnings and revenues coming ahead of analyst expectations. So what was the market reaction? It was positive. We saw JP Morgan up 1.5% on Friday, Wells Fargo up 3%, while Citigroup was flat. So this is a good start in terms of earnings season, and that should be supportive for the general market if we continue to see companies report ahead of analyst expectations. We'll get many more companies report their results this week. In terms of banks, we'll hear from Goldman Sachs and Bank of America, and then we'll hear more from the regional banks in the US, which have been grabbing the headlines earlier this year. And then outside of the banking sector, we'll have on Wednesday Netflix and Tesla, and then at the end of the week American Express. So a lot of corporate results going to come through, and we'll keep you up to date as the week progresses. That's everything from us today. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you tomorrow.